Hi, today we have Cuong Do, the president and CEO of BioVie, which trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol BIVI. Cuong, thanks for being with us once again.
Craig, thank you so much for having me back. It's a pleasure to be here.
BioVie has two clinical readouts expected in the coming months. What can you tell us about those trials?
Yes, we're very excited about these two trials. The first is that we have completed the patient-facing portion of our Parkinson's trial. So the last patient has come in for his last visit. So we are now in the middle of the study closeout process, whereby we're gathering blood samples, sending them out to vendors, labs, and so forth. And frankly, we need to start the waiting period to get those results back. And once we get the results back, we'll start to doing the analysis. Right. And the other trial, we have just completed the last patient enrollment, right? So the last patient has been enrolled at Yale. That now starts the 3-month study period, right? And that means both of these trials are on pace to read out at the end of the summer or early fall.
Cuong, the world thinks of Parkinson's disease as one caused by low dopamine levels, leading to a loss of motor control. But you don't. Can you tell us why?
We believe that is much too narrow a definition for Parkinson's because it ignores two other critical components. The first is the non-motor symptoms of Parkinson's, symptoms such as sleep disorder, anxiety, depression, and cognitive slowing that could show up years before the motor diagnosis. The second has to do with ignoring the fact that two things need to be present to develop Parkinson's symptoms. The first, of course, is low dopamine, but the second, you actually need in neuroinflammation and the associated insulin resistance, right? And nothing has been able to address both of those components earlier. That's why we focus on the motor symptoms and use levodopa to treat it. And levodopa is a great drug, but we believe our drug candidate, Bezisterim, can help augment levodopa and provide an alternative to levodopa for certain patients. And we hope this trial will show that.
Now, when can we expect results from the trial, and how big could Parkinson's be for Bezisterim when fully developed?
Well, right now we are starting the waiting period. We need to wait for lab results to come back on various biomarkers. Then we have hundreds of thousands of different data points to analyze with biomarkers and various functional metrics. So as a result, we believe that we will be in position to have data readout by the end of the summer, perhaps early fall for Parkinson's. And when fully developed, we believe bezisterim has the potential to become the first new therapy for Parkinson's in 5 decades. We believe it has the potential to be the first drug that could slow the progression of the disease. And we believe ultimately this could become the $3 to $5 billion drug when fully developed.
Bezisterim is also in the clinic for long COVID. How is long COVID related to Parkinson's, and could Bezisterim help?
Believe it or not, the two are related because of inflammation. There are 17 million Americans who suffer the lingering effects of long COVID that shows up as brain fog, fatigue, and post-exertional malaise. 3 million have it so badly that they've had to quit or change their jobs because they cannot keep up with the physical demands of the job. They're essentially in disability. And that's because their immune system are constantly reacting to fragments of the spike protein and the envelope protein that continues to circulate in their body well after the virus has been warded off. So their immune system believes that there's still an infection, what there isn't, and that causes a lot of inflammation that works through exactly the same mechanisms that bezisterim affects. And that's why we received a grant of $13+ million to test whether or not bezisterim could help address these symptoms. And we are very optimistic that we will be able to help these patients with these symptoms.
Yeah, which leads to this question, Kong. If you are successful, elaborate just really how significant could Bezisterim be to the world and to those patients?
I believe this will be a fundamental game changer to the world and for these patients. It could become the first therapy for long COVID patients. And there are 17 million in the US, believed to be over 50 million worldwide. And if you focus only on just the most severe patients and penetrate and treat just a small fraction of them, this could become a greater than $10 billion annual sales product in just the US alone.
Now, looking at the company as a whole, Kong, what is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in BioVie right now?
We have two drug candidates, Bezisterim and BIV201. We spent today talking about Bezisterim and its two clinical trials in Parkinson's and long COVID. Parkinson's has the potential to be the first new therapy in over 5 decades and the first therapy to slow the progression of the disease. And that could become a $3 to $5 billion drug. Long COVID could be the first therapy for long COVID and help these very debilitated patients. And that could become a $10 billion drug. So any way you want to discount and risk adjust these trials, it will get you to a value that is much higher than our current market cap of around $10 million, right? We have been lumped in with all of the other small micro caps, despite the fact that we have two imminent readouts. We have 2x the cash as our market cap, right? And we have sufficient cash to go well beyond the readouts. And we believe that readouts will provide the catalyst for our shares to rally. And that's why I think everyone should at least know what we're doing. And if you believe in it, take a position.
Kong, thanks for being with us again.
Right. Thank you for having me back.